Did you know that about 1 billion hours of video content is viewed on YouTube every day? But that's not the interesting part. It's that though people are turning to the platform for various forms of entertainment and valuable content, it's not really what the platform is making money on. Yes, it's music, but what kind of? In 2018 alone, YouTube shared statistics of their content, and interestingly, there was a 70% increase in watch time for videos featuring relaxing and productive music. So that got me thinking, does listening to relaxing music truly enhance productivity? So to understand the impact of music on productivity, I had to dig deep and think of behaviors from the point of view of our nervous system. Now, I have talked about this a couple of times, but just to summarize, our autonomic nervous system consists of two branches, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, the sympathetic system is responsible for fight, flight, or freeze response, while the parasympathetic system promotes relaxation and restoration. Now, research shows that listening to nature sounds like gentle waves or rustling leaves activates the parasympathetic nervous system, inducing a state of calm. This can be particularly beneficial when looking to reduce stress and boost overall well-being. Going back to my life coaching learnings, I would often use the sound of waves or nature as a therapy to create new habits, behaviors, and identities for my students. It would not only help with stress reduction, mindfulness, and present moment awareness, but often stimulate moments of creativity and reflection. This does dip a little bit into environmental psychology and the concept of biophilia hypothesis, which is nothing but the idea that humans have an innate connection to nature. Exposure to natural sounds like waves taps into this connection and reminds our minds of the harmony and coherence with the environment. What makes it rather captivating is that this sense of connection can motivate us to align our behaviors with a more balanced and nature-inspired lifestyle. In short, the closer you get to nature, the more it pulls you towards itself. But I digress. So what about studying? Well, French universities have conducted extensive studies on the impact of music on cognitive performance. Surprisingly, they found that listening to classical music while studying can increase your test scores, which is why it's also known as the Mozart effect, which is nothing but the idea that there is a temporary improvement in spatial temporal tasks after listening to classical compositions. Now, though it may sound like it, the connection between music and productivity isn't solely rooted in calming sounds. The psychology of music is a whole different story we haven't even begun to scratch. Now, I'm not a psychologist, but a coach, so I had to dig deeper the only way I know how to. So I asked questions, and here are my findings. We all know that the most commonly heard feel-good response in our brains is that dopamine release, which is a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward in the brain. So it does lift our spirits and also keep us engaged in whatever it is that we put our mind to, hence productivity. But that's not all. Imagine you're listening to a song and it's a really happy, upbeat song. What happens is that the emotions in the music can infect our own feelings. This is what it means by emotional contagion. The emotions of the music spread to us just like a good mood is contagious. And if there was any chance studying or working was boring and making us sleepy, that emotional contagion ensures that we do not sleep. Now let's talk about mirror neurons. In our brain, there are special cells called mirror neurons. Their job is basically to mimic or mirror what they see or hear. When you're listening to music and you see or hear something emotional, like a singer expressing sadness or a guitarist playing an intense solo, your mirror neurons get active. They start imitating or copying those emotions. This is also another reason why we mirror the emotions of a movie protagonist we only started seeing 30 minutes ago. Since majority of that study with me music content on YouTube is focused on motivating tunes, it's no secret that suddenly we start to feel productive and happy to take on the world. But that's all mood, right? Even if music helped increase my test scores, got me all motivated, happy, and excited to take on more work while keeping me calm, is that all that will make me learn? Well, short answer is no, but the long answer is yes. I continued to dig and I was amazed to learn that it might just do the trick with memory too. So, certain genres and melodies, mostly background music like instrumental tracks, trigger the recall of information during tasks like reading or studying. If I'm thinking this right, then the right music can act as a cognitive enhancer, making it a powerful tool for learning and retention. I'm starting to feel you are seeing the pattern too. It seems that just like people, we all like our own type of music, so does each part of our brain. Using different types of music for different tasks might just be the answer I had been searching for. And since I hadn't read or learned anywhere any benefits of rhythmic or music with a fast tempo, I assumed it was indeed the odd man out. So I closed my laptop, changed into my athletic wear, and rushed to my gym for my cardio session, for which I had already been late, and there it was glaring at me. If you're starting to see the irony, you're thinking faster because I wasn't. On the treadmill, I listened to all of my Blackpink music, not because I am the girl band fan, or maybe I am, but more importantly, the music keeps me on the beat. So I match my speed to the music and feel unstoppable as I shed those extra pounds. And the moment I realized this, I leapt off my treadmill, my hand dived in the gym bag, and I pulled out my phone. So while rhythmic music may not aid in studying, it definitely makes hell of a case in helping us establish a steady pace, whether it is time management activity or in physical tasks. So if you're just learning about this with me, this would be a good time to make use of music. Whether it is creating that personalized productivity playlist or just a bunch of songs to elevate our day and mood. Find the right balance and the type of music you like. It might just tell a little bit about you. And while you do that, don't forget to check out my video right here where I talk about systems and techniques to build the right mindset for abundant wealth.